Here's how much some of Apple's MacBook parts cost if you want to buy them. A new display part will cost you $672.32. The bottom part of the case will be $78.32. A fan will cost you $15. A whole logic board will range from $878 and all the way up to $3,958. A new trackpad will be $95.92 and the Touch ID board will run you $87.10. For the sake of clarification, these are available for multiple MacBook models, but in this video I mentioned prices for the 2021 14-inch MacBook Pro model specifically. It's nice of Apple to nudge over to a more repair-friendly brand, but it would be very nice to be able to purchase specific chips as well, so that if, for instance, just a capacitor malfunctions on your motherboard, you'd be able to just buy that part instead of having to purchase an entirely new logic board. Now, the true reason Apple is really offering these parts is just because of advances in the right to repair movement. You know, if you watch Louis Rossmann on YouTube, for instance, I've been following him for quite a few years. You know, Apple has been very anti-repair over the years. You know, they've been specifically locking devices down. My 2012 MacBook Air has an SSD that has a proprietary connector, just so you can't go and buy a random SSD and put it into the computer. And there's just all bunch of these little tiny things going around in Apple's products. That's just how it is. Again, if you're interested, Louis Rossmann has talked a whole bunch about it over the years. But yeah, you know, so this is just Apple's response to sort of be like, hey guys, we're repair friendly. Now, what would really be great is, you know, obviously it's nice that they are offering all of these like little sensors and that sort of stuff. But what would be like really the great thing is if you could just get schematics for the logic boards directly from Apple, and if they would actually just offer individual specific parts that are actually like on the motherboard, you know, so just like capacitors and stuff like that, you know. So, you know, you could just either, if you're a technician or, you know, just somebody who knows this stuff, you could diagnose it yourself. You could even, you know, swap the individual component by yourself, or, you know, you would just take it to somebody that does that. Maybe you would just take it to a repair center and, you know, they could switch that out for you. So anyways, you know, it's cool that they are offering this stuff. You know, obviously the list is not crazy extensive, you know, but not too bad. And, you know, again, the logic board, you know, it's really like, it doesn't make that much sense to buy, since, you know, you are almost buying a full computer. So, you know, a cool little list of, you know, how much these various things cost. You know, like something like the fan, for instance, I think $15 is very reasonable for the fan. What else would be reasonable? Keyboard scissor switches, it doesn't mention how many. Maybe for the entire keyboard, that's also very reasonable. You know, trackpad, again, probably pretty reasonable. You know, Apple has incredibly great trackpads, but, you know, logic board, it might, you know, the thing is, this is where where most of the price for the computer is, you know. So I get it's that expensive, you know, but it's still, as a part, it just doesn't make that much sense to buy. It would make way more sense if you could just get individual components swapped out. So, you know, cool little list. I found very interesting. That's why I wanted to share it. And hopefully the right to repair movement, you know, just continues moving onward.